Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a review and a wear test for the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Foundation. This I purchased at Sephora and I got the shade 3W1, and I'm just going to go over some of the details of the foundation itself, and then we'll get right into the application and the wear test. So this is on Sephora for $48, which is a lot for a foundation. Usually I'm into, I get foundations that are less than 40, so this is pretty steep of a price, but what attracted me to it was that it's long wearing and that it's mattifying. So I'm gonna read some of the details. It's full and medium coverage. Skin types are for sensitive, dry, normal, combo, and oily skin. It has a matte finish. It's a 15-hour long-wearing, oil-free, and transfer-resistant liquid foundation with a matte finish and weightless medium to full coverage. What it does, get lasting wear and all the coverage without the weight. Oil-free foundation is formulated with skin fusion technology to seal it into place for 15 hours of high-performance, comfortable wear that's transfer sweat, humidity, and water-resistant. So I think that's a lot of claims. So today's review, we're going to be looking at a couple of things. We're going to be looking at application, the claims itself to see if they are true to claims. We're going to look at longevity of the foundation to see if it breaks down or wears well with oily skin, because I have very, very oily skin, and kind of just how the foundation looks at the initial application throughout the day and at the end of the day, to see if it still looks okay. So they're claiming a lot of things. They're claiming all day coverage, they're claiming weightless, the weightless feel, and transfer resistant, and they do say that it's for dry, normal, combo, and oily skin. So I do have on the foundation right now, and we are gonna go through the application process, and then I'll give you my initial feedback on the foundation, and then we'll do a wear test throughout the day. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so let's get started. I have 3 shades here with me today, and right now I have the 3W1 Dusk. It's the full size I purchased. That's how it looks. Oh, Mocha's looking at the ceiling fan. I also got 2 little samples of the surrounding colors because I wanted to see which one works best for me, and I did find out that the shade that I got in the full size doesn't work as much. Baby, the color in the full size doesn't work as well for me as one of the others. So I am happy that I did get a little sample size of the other colors, and I'll get a chance to show you around I'll get a chance to show you the shade range for myself as well, which is really nice. So the color that I am actually going to be using today is the 2W2. It is the Butterscotch. It's a light with warm undertones. So I'm going to swatch that real quick. So there is 2W1, 2W2, and 3W1 in the shades. Today I'm going to be using the 2W2 because that one I found works best for me. And so we have Macadamia, Butterscotch, and Dusk. Okay, so I have lots of acne scars. I have a pimple right there, acne scar right here, and based on the lighting, I didn't want to do anything too bright, so you can actually see my skin and how it looks before the application. So I'm just going to grab the 2W2 and dab that around my face. I'm going to take my Morphe M439 buffing brush. Okay, so that is one application. Let's see, so it did cover on my uneven skin tone. Pimple right there is still showing, peeking through. It did cover it pretty well, but I feel like it's still a little bit red. And pretty good. It looks very matte. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another layer of the foundation. I'm just going to do my problem areas for the second layer, around my cheeks and under my chin. Okay, not too bad. There is the foundation with one application and a second application on my cheeks. Not too bad looking. So I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and then I will be back to show you how it looks and a little bit about more about my thoughts. So here is the foundation and I finished up my makeup and this is how it looks. I think it looks fantastic, but I mean, I have a pimple. That's definitely going to show. And I think it just looks really, really good. I mean, when I put my foundation, when I put my bronzer and blush and everything on, it did seem like the foundation kind of it adhered to the foundation really well, and I think that it made my foundation, my blush and bronzer a lot more pigmented, which is really nice. It really like stuck onto the foundation even if I powdered. Well, and right now my face looks really good. The light is making it also look really nice, but I do find that it looks a little bit dry. I have really oily skin, so that's probably going to change throughout the rest of the day, but it's pretty good. I mean, I didn't think it would look this nice. It just looks a little dry, but I think that would, you know, get better throughout the rest of the day. I did also find that the shades oxidized a little bit, so we can see the swatches again from when I swatched them earlier. And as you can see, it does look really dry on my skin right there. So I'm going to do another swatch of those guys, just so you can see a fresh swatch on the skin and compare it to the already dried down swatches. So do these guys. Okay, so here are some of these swatches again of the colors, and as you can see, they definitely did oxidize and darken up a little bit. So first off, here's the 2W1, 2W2, and 3W1. And the bottoms are the freshly swatched items. The first one definitely looks different. It dries down to more of a like sandy color without the warmth. The middle one, the first and middle ones still look the same, but I noticed that the first one as well does dry down to a more sandy color than a warm shade. So just definitely look out for that when you're choosing your shade. I do recommend getting the little samples like I did to kind of see which one works best for you, because when I did buy the full size, it looked really good, but I am really glad that I got the samples so I can find my true shade, because you can't really tell in store. You can kind of just like you can just, you know, swatch on your hand and go from there. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. So I am gonna be wearing this for, I'm gonna say 9 to 10 hours. Right now it's 1:15 p.m. and so I am gonna check back at the end of the day and kind of show you how it looks on the skin, how it's gonna wear with my oily skin. I do get oily within 4 to 5 hours of wearing my foundations, so we'll see how long this lasts throughout the day, which hopefully will. So I will update you and come back in about 9 to 10 hours. Hey, so here's how the foundation looks in different lighting, and it looks really good. Like, I mean, I think my makeup went on really well. It actually looks like my makeup went on differently, I feel, than other foundations that I've used. So I'm gonna walk over to like darker areas so you can see, and this is still right on application, so still looks I mean, obviously it still looks really good, but I just want to show different lighting because like you can't really determine how a foundation looks with like beautiful bright light over you all the time. But here is how that looks. It looks really, really good. I'm really surprised actually. My cat. Before I even go in, I am going to I'm going to mattify my skin, kind of retouch a little bit, and then we can see how it looks. I'm actually going to do a transfer test as well. So I just have a regular piece of tissue, and I'm just going to do this off my forehead and my cheeks. And this also does test if it is transfer resistant, so you can see that like on the tissue here, I did get some foundation on the tissue. So I would say that it's not as transfer resistant as other foundations that say they are. For example, the Smashbox 15-hour wear foundation is definitely transfer resistant. I can sleep on my pillow, take a nap on my pillow with this foundation on my white sheets, and it doesn't come off. I can hug my boyfriend with a white shirt and it doesn't come off. So that one's really good. But this one here, I wouldn't say it's very transfer resistant. And so I blotted a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more to my face. The leftover foundation. And I'm also gonna use the NYX blotting powder. And I'm going to blot my face. Okay, not too bad. Still looks really good. Okay, awesome. That looks amazing still. I would say application was pretty good. It did take a lot of foundation, I found, to get the desired result. I did find that the foundation itself is really thick, but it's also very creamy. And I think it went on pretty well with my buffing brush. It didn't really skip. It did seem like it skipped a little bit, and it did feel very a little bit tacky, but that's kind of what you need for a long wearing foundation. So application is pretty good. I do feel that I need a little bit more foundation in order to get like full coverage and to cover my face. So next we'll look at the claims. It's definitely not 15-hour wear. It did come off my nose and some parts of my face throughout the day, but it did not break down, which I really enjoy. It didn't kind of come off in other areas that I didn't really touch either, so that's really good. It's definitely oil free. Transfer resistant, I would say it's not really transfer resistant. I've had foundations that are more transfer resistant than this one here. This one does come off on a tissue when I'm blowing my nose, when I'm blotting my face, and you know, if I'm taking a nap on my pillow, it comes off. So I wouldn't say it's transfer resistant. Sweat, humidity, and water resistance, I haven't really tested, but today I didn't do a lot of things. I just did a lot of you know, the normal dishes, cooking, errands and stuff like that, but I did find that it didn't last as well, even if I was doing the normal routine things. So I don't think it would hold up if you were, you know, working out or anything, but that's just my opinion. I haven't really tested it working out, but seeing as I did light work today and it did still kind of come off a little bit, that it's either my skin or the foundation. So it's definitely a matte finish, but I don't think it's a like good matte finish. I would say it is a dull and dry matte finish, if you're okay with that. And that's why I kind of was kind of didn't understand why they mentioned it for all ideal skin types, because I feel like people with normal or dry skin should not try this foundation out, because it looks very dry on the skin. Granted, it did look really good in the beginning of the day, but when I was doing swatches were really dry looking, and my face itself did look really dry. It wasn't an issue for me because I know my skin kind of has a lot of moisture and oil, so that throughout the day I knew it was going to look normal anyway. But I wouldn't say it's for people with normal and dry skin. And if you know, if it works out for you and you do have normal and dry skin, that's wonderful, and just leave a comment below if it does work for you as well. So good. the colors were also very weird. I'm going to show you a swatch of the 3 shades that I got from the Mercier, and then also I'll swatch my Fenty Beauty foundation that is a perfect match for me. And the foundation shades are really strange. So longevity, that's what I definitely look for in a foundation. I would say it did last all day. Maybe more than 9 hours, it definitely won't, but I mean, just note that it's not going to be a 15-hour long wear foundation, that it probably will last you about 9 hours max, because it was already kind of coming off and also getting very oily. But I mean, with all foundations, I usually do touch up anyway, and that's just the life of an oily skin girl. So if that's not a problem with you, then good to go. And just the last thing we're going to talk about today is just how the foundation looks. I think it looked wonderful. When I put it on, it looked really good. And what was a big plus is that the other makeup that I put on, like the bronzer and the blush, looks so much more pigmented. Like, it really adhered to the foundation itself and just like popped. So it's great for full glam if you want to go full glam. And I think that it just looked really, really good throughout the day. So overall, my thoughts, it's about $50, you know, $48 at Sephora, and there are so many claims. You know, all of these could work for anyone. Some of them didn't work out for me, but I would say I am loving the foundation, even if like it's not transfer resistant. It looks a little bit dry. Like, there are things that I can combat with. So I'd say it's definitely worth it. I'd say if you want to try it, you know, get a sample at the store and try it out. But I think the best thing about it, and that makes me actually like it a lot, is that it made my face look so good. It made my face, it made my makeup pop. It made my skin look flawless. I did have to do a few applications, but it did look flawless. And I think that those are the 2 things that really, really makes me like this foundation a lot. But yeah, if you have any other questions about the foundation itself or about me, just leave a comment below. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's probably pretty long, but I wanted to get out all the information I could about the foundation itself so that I can give you a better idea of the foundation, if you should buy it, if it's worth your money, you know, give you my honest opinions and thoughts about it, because makeup is expensive. I don't want, you know, to tell anybody to spend $50 on something that I wouldn't really like itself. So that's a lot. But if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And so I will talk to you in another video, and stay tuned. Have a great day. Bye.